What if the reason some people build wealth and keep it has nothing to do with how much they make? Because here's something most people don't realize. Making money and keeping money are two completely different skills. And this is where most people fall apart. They focus on earning. They focus on income. They focus on making more. But they never build the system that protects and grows what they already have. And that's why people can make a lot of money and still end up back at zero. But millionaires don't operate like that. They don't rely on income alone. They rely on systems. And once you understand this, everything starts to make sense. Let me explain. Most people treat money like a cycle. They earn it, they spend it, they repeat. And if there's anything left, they might save it. But saving alone doesn't create wealth. It just slows down the loss. Now compare that to how wealthy people operate. They don't let money sit. They don't let money drift. They give it structure. Every dollar that comes in gets assigned a role. Some of it is used. Some of it is protected. And some of it is deployed. And that structure is the system. Now here's what that system actually looks like. The first layer is protection. Because before money grows, it needs to survive. Most people skip this. They invest too early. They take risks without stability. And when something goes wrong, everything collapses. Millionaires do the opposite. They build protection first. Cash reserves. Low exposure to risk. A buffer that keeps them stable, no matter what happens. Because if your foundation is weak, nothing else holds. Now, the second layer is separation. And this is something almost no one does. Most people keep their money in one place, one account, one flow. And because of that, everything mixes together. Spending, saving, bills, everything. And when everything is mixed, there's no control. Millionaires separate everything. Different accounts, different purposes, different flows. Because when money is separated, it becomes intentional. You know exactly what each dollar is doing. Now the third layer is multiplication. And this is where the system actually creates wealth. Because instead of just holding money, they move it, they invest it, they place it into things that generate more money over time. And this is important. Because the goal is not to work forever. The goal is to build something that works for you. And this is where most people misunderstand wealth. They think it comes from one big moment, one big investment, one big opportunity. But it doesn't. It comes from a system that runs consistently. Small amounts, repeated over time, growing in the background. Now here's the part that keeps people stuck. This system is simple. But it's not easy, because it requires discipline, it requires patience, and it requires going against what feels normal. Because the normal system is designed for spending. It's designed for convenience. It's designed to keep money moving out, not growing. So when you try to change it, it feels uncomfortable. But that discomfort is the signal. That's how you know you're doing something different. Now let's make this real. You don't need a lot of money to start this system. You just need structure. You start by separating your money. One place for spending, one place for saving, one place for growth. Then you build protection. Even a small buffer changes everything. And then you start deploying, slowly, consistently, without rushing. Because the goal is not speed. The goal is control. And once you have control, everything changes. Because now your money is not random. It's not reactive. It's structured. And that structure is what keeps people wealthy. Not luck, not income, not timing, system. And once you build it, you don't just make money, you keep it. And that's the difference. If this helped you, subscribe to the Daily Yield. Because we're building real financial progress, one step at a time.